everyone, it's Veronica again, and I know that it's been a few days, quite a few days since I've actually done a video, but that is because I've been working very hard to get some really amazing pieces together, and I believe that I've mentioned in my previous video that I have had is a bi-monthly subscription to the homespun jewelry. I think it's homespun jewelry, and they have this thing called Gemstone Orphaned, and so I received that, and these colors and the gemstones and things are quite amazing, and so I have lots that I'm working on. There's lots to be made in this particular box, so as we go on, I will of course be showing you anything that I made, but I did make a few items. So this is actually going to be a finished pieces video with a couple of pieces in the end that I'm going to do for some cute little earrings that are going to be great for Christmas. The colors are amazing, not just Christmas themed, but just amazing colors. So I wanted to show you something, kind of a little unique little technique. It's very easy, but I think a lot of us don't even think about that we can do this with our little head pins and stuff in this fashion. So, and even if you've seen it before, it's a great refresher. So I wanted to show you some pieces and I think I have, I think there's going to be like 4 different earrings. So yeah, it's kind of neat. So anyway, you'll see. So anyway, welcome back to Wendy's channel. I think this is amazing that we have grown, and and if you have not subscribed, of course subscribe, hit that like button, please leave comments. That is absolutely part of what gets this channel recommended, and if you have any questions, we are here to help you in any way. And thank you so much for your wonderful comments. Thank you for coming to support this channel, for watching our videos, and just being a part of this family. I think it's a family, and it is just this great community, and not just because of beads, but because the love, the absolute true love that people can share with one another. And so, of course, before I begin showing you my pieces, I will give you a precious word of the day. So let me get this camera turned over and let's begin. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, well, I'm back, and we're going to start with the precious word of the day. This one that I pulled out of my box is so appropriate because of something that I am pursuing at the moment, and I will be letting you guys know that hopefully very soon. And it would be great to, I guess, have you guys be part of it. There's just no other way around it except to have everybody be a part of this amazing endeavor that I'm on, and I absolutely would love for you all to know about it, and we'll see where it goes. So this, like I said, is absolutely appropriate. And this is from Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, and it said, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So let me grab the items that I have done, my pieces that I have done, and I'm going to start with a couple of bracelets. Like I said, I have many more to go, and I have all these ideas that it's literally driving me out of my mind. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take 1, maybe 2 every day that I get home from work and make those, and then be able to show them to you. And I guess, and then pick one that we can do a tutorial on. But I think that for those of you who've been around, you can pretty much guess when you take a look at these things. And all right, so I have my little bracelet holder, so that's what I'll do. So this is from the Homestrung Gemstone Orphanage Homestrung Jewelry not bargain bead box. the Homestrung Jewelry Orphanage, Gemstone Orphanage bead box. So there are, I wanted to showcase them, okay? And then I'm going to do, with some of the other pieces, I will do a tutorial on a little earring set of something that I will show you that I've made. But this one here is, this is where this chain here was part in the bead box, in the Orphanage gemstone box. And I haven't got to the gemstones yet, so that's all coming, okay? And then these are the faceted rondelles. These are the 6x5. These are also, I think, 6x, or these are 6x5.5. This is 6x5. And these are the little faceted coin beads. Now, if you go to their website, I mean, not their website, their YouTube channel, which is Homestrung Jewelry, you'll be able to see the unboxing of all this stuff. And I can't outdo them. There's just no way. They did a phenomenal job on showing everything. So that is for them to, you know, show you all that stuff, and you'll be able to see what it is that, you know, I am working with. And you'll get it all in that one little clump there. So here, let me just turn that around. I've also taken some some silver silk products here, as you can see here. I just absolutely love this color. The gunmetal goes beautiful with that. And in fact, I had the silver silk clamp ends here for his wired. This in here is a ball chain, and this is a weaved wire over that by a machine that he has in his business, and that's Neil Patel. So here is the clasp ends here, and I did both on each side here. This clasp and jump rings are from the Orphanage, the Gemstone Orphanage subscription box. And I just created some dangles on that chain and made a beautiful bracelet. I'd have to showcase them so you can see what it looks like. And again, I like to wear mine down here. I don't like it super tight up here, okay? If I wanted something up here, I would make an elastic. Whoops, knocking stuff over. I would make, you know, what a stretchy bracelet that I know that I can put here. But, you know, I've only made a few of those. I do like them with gemstones. That's nice. But at the same time, the gemstones, if the elastic gets dry rot, then you may lose your gemstones, and so it's a risk that I don't always want to take. So with this, as you can see, I just love that shimmer that's on there too. And so yeah, I like to wear them down here just because it does kind of sit nice outside of any sleeve. And you know, it won't get stuck up underneath your sleeve and get caught on any of your threads that might be in there as well. So that's one. I'll put that here. This one here is from the Gemstone Orphanage. And here we have, this is with leather. So this is the natural color. And what I did was I've taken some 18 gauge. And these beads right here, these are actually wood beads, okay? And they also had the, like that cream color or champagne color of the rondelle. And these are actually sandalwood from Africa. Sandalwood wood beads. And over here, I had some in my stash of, these are some larger hole beads, ceramic, and the color was absolutely perfect. So I just made that. I curved it so it goes around the wrist. I added some of my Stardust. I've had these for quite some time. I use them very sparingly made larger holes, loops here so I can get the leather around. And then with the clasps that comes inside, we get these little ribbon clasps in there. And again, we get the lobster claws. So there was 2 different sizes. So I clamped those down on there. And let's open that. And just a cute little bracelet here. Again, this will come around like this. Very simple, but so pretty. And the colors, I just love how cream and burgundy go so well together. Let me see if I can clasp that. Yes, I got it right here. So I just think it's so pretty. Sorry. And there's the back. I love these colors. It's so casual, and yet you can wear it with something a little bit more not so casual. All right, so let me take that off and let's go to the next. Yeah, I'm just going to lay them down here for now on the mat, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put them back onto my display stands when I'm done. Okay, now this one here is also pieces. Now again, these I'm working with the crystals mostly on here. The gemstones will come, I guess, at a later date, but these are also the things that were in the orphanage, the gemstone orphanage. So I have right here, these were the bell flowers that came in the bead box. And if you see right in here, and you're going to see this in quite a bit of the pieces today, these tiny little things right here, those are bead caps that I've purchased from Wendy. And then these are the half and half, so half black and half, this is the very deep red, blood red is what they call it in the subscription box. So I just created that same thing, just a little extra loop, and then I just kind of cinched it a little bit so it's more of an oval. And then I took these, this is a waxed cord, and I took this part of one of the clasps, that they left in the subscription box. I mean, the findings are in that subscription box are amazing. There's just so much. There's so much you can do. And with that same chain in the gunmetal, and the other half is with the wax cord and one of their ribbon clamps right here, cord ends. And it's the same thing. So you just kind of get that, a different look on each side of, let me just put that. So what I did, as you can see, instead of having the toggle end of this, which I'll use for something different, I just created a loop with that wax cord. Okay. And let me get this on. Okay. So this one here, I'm not wearing it down here, but the way these beads are and all of this stuff, it sits very nicely here. And I just think that with this kind of style, you can wear it up here without it slipping and flipping all over the place, because it'll be able to rest, you know, within that area. And it's just the right size for it not to keep slipping and flipping underneath. And this should maintain, you know, this position here on the wrist, so that, which is exactly the focal point, it should stay in that position. But a lot of times we know with bracelets, having all the beads and stuff with the weight, it always ends up bringing it downward, because that's gravity for you. So yes, so with the chain and the other side with the cord, and then having your clasp here anchored right in there. I just think that is just such a neat, and you know, this doesn't take long at all. So, you know, again, someday there's just so many techniques that, you know, you'll be able to I'll be able to show you them. You know, I'll create them. I just don't want to shove everything all in at once. I mean, because, you know, I want to be creative and show you things that I've finished, you know, outside of doing things on video. Because, you know, I like to spend that time to do that and not have to, you know, constantly feel like this pressure of having to get an actual tutorial out when I could actually be doing, you know, finished pieces to show you the amazing stuff. And with the knowledge that you have, you can do the same thing. So this is great to inspire you with colors, with different ways of doing, you know, doing asymmetrical things. You know, you can have half the bracelet and chain, half of it in leather, half whatever. So it's just, you know, all kinds of things you can do. And if there's anything here that inspires you, then that will make me so happy, because that is what we all should, you know, be a part of, is that, you know, sharing that knowledge, you know, so that people can create their own things. Just like, and I've mentioned it before, when you have somebody gives you a recipe for soup, you know, you have the foundation, but then you always end up tweaking it to your own. That's just me. I'm not one to just go by measurements. I just throw things in a pot and they always come out so good. God has blessed me with great cooking skills and putting things together. So, yeah. All right. So we have this one here. Now, I have a couple more over there. I think I'll grab two. They're not part of the Gemstone Orphaned bead box, but they are other ones that I have created. Now this one is, I think this one is just so adorable. So here we have the ribbon cord ends again, with the lobster claw clasp, with some of their gunmetal jump rings, and they are very sturdy. And this, it is faux leather, but what's neat about this is that they already have this design threaded throughout here. Okay. And these here are 6mm cabochons, and this is howlite that's been dyed red. And I just think they are so cute. And now I have the Loctite, and this is the Ultra Gel. This is not coming off. These things are not coming off here. I have put them on here, centered them on there, and then made sure I just held on to them for about 10 seconds each. And then I just let them dry. So I've had these here for about a week now. So these are absolutely solid. I can wear this without having to worry about anything coming off or dislodging in any way. In fact, I'm probably going to wear this back to work. I have Monday off, so I'm really excited. I'm going to go back Tuesday, and I'll probably wear this. And I just think, of course, the red and the black are just amazing. And they're still, you know, the red is something that you can still wear during the holidays. Some people may not want to wear, you know, the gold, the green, and the red and all that stuff, but still have elements of those colors for the holiday because, and like me, I'm the kind of person that I will try to design something, even though it may have holiday themed colors, I'll try to design it so that it didn't matter what time of the year that I would like to wear it. And certainly any other elements of colors that might be in the holiday theme, it's the same thing. Like this here, you can wear any day of the year. And so if you want to doll up a little bit more for the holidays and then have yourself a pop of green within your sweaters or your rings that you may wear, you know, you can always accessorize as opposed to having all the colors in one piece of jewelry. This way you can wear it any time of the year. and you wouldn't have to be putting it away and then forgetting about it the next year, and then perhaps never wearing it again. So I'm going to put this one on as well. And here it is. And this one, I again, oops, I keep hitting that thing. Sorry, guys. I keep doing that. But this one here is one that I like to wear down here. It, to me, is just definitely a piece that can be shown off. And I don't mean in that prideful way, but obviously, you know, well, like with God, He loves us that much. He created us. Do you not know that He wants to glorify us? He wants to restore our glory. You know, from, excuse me, He wants to, you know, restore our glory back from the day that He created us. And we were just, you know, His love of we were the apple of His eye. And imagine when you have your first baby, you know, there is just something so truly pure about the love that you have. So it's like that with God. And so when we create something, you know, nothing compares to having created a baby with another person, you know, in the name of our Heavenly Father. But, you know, other things, when we create things like this, yeah, there is that little bit of pride. We just know not to take it too far, right? So yeah, I like wearing it down in this area because it's comfortable. And, you know, having some of this kind of material certainly is one that I wouldn't want sticking to me, because again, you know, sweating in the summertime, it's just not a good thing. All right, so now I'm going to move on to the earrings that I have made, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have 3 pairs right here that actually have parts or crystals that are in the orphanage, the Gemstone orphanage bead box. Boy, that is a mouthful. I cannot seem to say it fast enough or smooth enough. So this one here, these are the Austrian crystals that were in the bead box, and there is this one. I'm going to show you a tutorial on this now. The thing about this is these are the Austrian crystals here. So these are like Swarovski, and I just love the Austrian crystals. And in fact, I got some 3mm and 4mm bicones in crystal AB, and they're just gorgeous. And I'm going to be using a couple of those too to show you some of the earrings. These here are mother of pearl. As you can see the beautiful. So sorry, the sun is coming through, so it's kind of pushing out my studio light here. So now the unique thing about this, again, you'll see that's not the unique thing here, but the caps here are the ones I got from Wendy's. They're very tiny. But the unique thing about this is that I have created where, if you can see in the back, I created 2 pieces of chain with also, these are metal hearts in the gunmetal color. So they are metal beads. And also from that bead box, the Gemstone Orphanage one. And these, I just simply made them so that when you put on your earring, okay, you will put your earring on first, then you can slide on with your chain, slip that in, put that on there, and then put your back so that you have something in the front of your ear and behind your lobe. So you'll have a front lobe piece and a behind the lobe. Okay? So I don't know if you could see that. But yeah, I cannot wait to wear these as well. So I think I'm going to wear these with my cabochon bracelet on Tuesday when I go back to work. I am so excited. And I just love the color of the black and the red. And again, if you have stash and you're somebody who does get this subscription box, it is bi-monthly. There is a big waiting list at this point, and so I can't guarantee you these, but I do love them so much that I wanted to show you what I've created from them. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so there is the set. And so I just put it like that. So you'll have one in front and one behind. So it looks something simple here, but when you're when you're standing there and somebody looks at this and as it's swinging, and if you know, they'll be able to see that it's actually behind your earlobe and not hanging from the front here. So it's really kind of a cool concept. And then this one here is also, again, the same sandalwood wood bead, okay? And that creamy colored rondelle that is faceted, and it's got the beautiful shine to it. And then again, my little Stardust 4mm spacer beads. And this was in my stash here. So I created a couple of, you know, little swirlies on some wire. And this was inspired by the Homespun Jewelry YouTube channel. They had created an earring that I saw in a thumbnail or something like that. And so I decided, oh, that is so cool. I want to kind of do, you know, my own take on it using their beads. So here you are. And they absolutely, I wore them to work. They are so pretty. They are just so pretty. And again, doing something like this and seeing it in person as versus a video, it is completely different. Completely, well, I can't say completely different. It just, in reality, I mean, these things are just truly, truly pretty. And I get a lot of compliments. And in fact, I got one the other day, somebody said, wow, I really love your earrings. I'm going to show you which ones. And I said, oh, thank you. I said, I made them. And she literally had a double take and her eyes just lit up. And she's like, you did? And I said, yes. And it's such an amazing feeling when somebody really has that kind of reaction, because we're all so used to, you know, machine-made things that can, you know, just pump out all these pretty things. But doing something by hand and having something that pretty and having somebody react to that is truly rewarding. It really is. So yes, I just think that it was a genuine reaction, and it just made me feel good. And that's the kind of stuff that when we see that, when we, you know, hear the comments that are, when people really truly enjoy our stuff, it continues to help us grow and always have a desire to bring more content to you. So this is the set that I was, that she had her kind of neat little reaction to. So here is those black flat, they're like coin beads, but they're faceted. And I had some bugle beads that are more of a mirror. So they're like a mirrored bugle bead. And then the red triangle beads that came in that Orphaned, the Gemstone Orphaned bead box. And the same thing, I have some, it's the 20, is it 20 gauge? I think this is 20 gauge black non-tarnished wire. Same thing. I just did a nice little swirl, and you know, of course these are all dangles. These are all separate. They're not all on one, you know, head pin or anything, because I like the sway when these are all separate. And then here, these also came in that bead box, but the difference is that these were just the post. As you can see, they're posts. Okay, and they were gunmetal black, just like that, and they had some stippling on the front, I guess, or like a hammered look. But I decided I wanted a little bit of sparkle. So I actually put that sealant of my Protect Clear, and I put that on there, and then I dipped it in my glitter. And so it just stuck to that. And then I went and sprayed it with the acrylic. And as you can see, you don't get anything on your finger. It just doesn't flake off. It is completely protected by a coat of acrylic in there. And you can get that nice sparkle. And be able to put it on without glitter getting all over your hands. And I was just like, because I knew I wanted something a little bit more shiny and sparkly, because all I had was this down here, and that was the design I was going for. So yes, I think it is just so adorable. So yeah, you guys don't have to be afraid to use your glitter and stuff, but like I said, that Protect Clear and that acrylic is the only thing that you're going to get any kind of secure anything for its longevity, to secure stuff like this. Fingernail polish, nail polish does not do it. We all know that chips and comes off. So anybody who tells you to go ahead and put nail polish on your metals and stuff like that to keep it from tarnishing, it will fail. It will fail for sure. There is no longevity in it. It always comes off. If it comes off and chips off your fingernails, it certainly will do that to that. This Protect Clear and the acrylic stuff is there for practically permanent stay. Okay. Okay. Now that was the ones for the Gemstone Orphanage. Now these two here, these are my Austrian crystals, but I also am using the pearls. There's a mother of pearl also in that Gemstone bead box. And so not just the bone shape that's here, but also the oval shape here, kind of like that rice. But I also have the Austrian crystals here. These are the Prestige from artbeads.com. Same thing here. These things are amazing. They, you know the difference when you're getting high quality is because they are so uniform and they're level. The holes are even. They're not crooked. And, there's nothing wrong with getting other ones that are. But, clearly if it's way off, then there might be a problem with you trying to get an equal look on your project, especially with earrings. So I want to show you up close. And this is stainless steel here. So I want to just show you this because this is what a technique that I'm going to show you here. So here's that crystal. Let's see, let's get it focused. But look at the goes through. It's nice and straight, and even look at the top. There isn't these shard ends. That this is Prestige Austrian crystal from the artbeads.com. And the same thing with this bicone here. They are absolutely, it's like perfection. They're even on both sides. The holes are drilled straight through. They're not crooked. There's no shards. There's no any of that sharp pieces on the edges that would, or chipped and stuff like that. And if you ever get any of those after purchasing it, certainly, you know, send it back. So, but yeah, so that this to me is a beautiful holiday set here. Any time of the year, but you know, I have my holiday party that we're going to on the 10th, and I just can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I still haven't decided on what earrings I'm going to wear. This is going to be maddening. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring a couple, and then just every time I head to the restroom, I'll just change up my earrings and see if anybody notices. I think that would be pretty funny. Now this one here, same technique that's used in here. Oh, but I just love these colors together. I'm so excited. There's the teal. Now these are Chinese crystals. So I tried to find the best ones, you know, that their holes were straight. And, you know, like I said, they're not AAA quality or anything like that, but they are good enough of a quality that you can still do beautiful pieces. And this was part of the Gemstone Orphanage, and I used one of their rondelles, and so I'm going to show you that technique here, and I just think it is just so pretty, and I love teal. Teal like goes with anything, just about any color on the spectrum. You can mix teal with anything. All right, so I think that's it, because we're gonna make a couple of earrings here. I'm gonna show you that technique, and so let me get that stuff together, and I'll be right back. Well, there was one pair of earrings that I completely forgot to show you, and here they are. Again, the color scheme of the teal and cream are amazing. Now, this has my Austrian 3mm. Now, this is my prototype because I want to do a tutorial on this at some point, hopefully very, very soon. Now, as you can see, it's a post. I've created it with the post, okay, and have a nice curve here. Yeah, I can speak. And just absolutely sparkles like crazy. Now this is one of those teal teardrop ones. So as you can see, it would lay like this. So when you put it in your ear, it'll curve around. This will hang down. So yeah, so what I would like to do at some point is show you how to make this. It is so fun, and you can just bang them out. Just keep banging them out if you have the colors and everything that you want lined up. Okay, and you know, you can always tweak it to the way you like it and things like that. So this is going to be amazing to do and fun to do. So I wanted to show you that pair. And I did wear these, and I just love how the sun, when the sun gets on there, just sparkles. These, especially these here, the 3mm. And you can see the AB finish on it. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot to show you those. All right, so I wanted to show you these. Obviously, people would think of those as the Christmas colors, and yes, they are. But to me, I could wear these any day of the year because I may wear something with red or with green in it. You know, we're going to make a set kind of like this right here. Okay. And then we will be making something just that has the beautiful ice, like just a beautiful ice, you know, just, oh, that beautiful blue, like ice blue color. And I got the Austrian crystals here. These are the 3mm, I believe. Yes, those are the, oh wait, maybe those are 4. Hold on. Yep, those are my 4mm. Okay. And then I have this opaque with the same thing with that AB on it. I can pull it out of there. And it's just has that nice wintry ice cool feel to it. Feel as in, you know, mental. So yeah, it just has that nice beautiful look to it. All right, so let's begin with this one. We'll put those aside for now, okay? Clear this out because we're going to need, we'll need some 22 gauge in the silver. So get your wire out. I have 20 gauge in the gold. Also 20 gauge in the silver. So just, you know, have those ready and handy. Have your tools. So you'll need your needle nose pliers, your flush cutters, your round nose pliers. You'll need bent nose pliers and or flat nose. Okay, because I have a set of these. I haven't really used them here because I'm always using the other tools, but this will come in handy for a lot of things, especially jump rings. But I don't believe I'm going to be using any jump rings in these. Okay, so, but get your usual tools that you're going to use, okay? I'll be right back. All right, we're going to start with this one here. And I decided I wanted to put the larger ones at the top. And these green ones here are my Austrian 4mm round. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. So we're going to start with 2 head pins. If you have head pins or ball head pins in the gold, if you are doing the red, green, and the gold, and have yourself some ear wires. And I'm going to start with the ball head pins. And I am going to use them on my little Stardust ones here. As you can see, these holes are pretty large, so you want to make sure that your ball head pin or your head pin does not fall through that hole. Okay. So let me move these out of the way because the camera is going to focus on that in the background. Okay, so it's very simple, the basic techniques here. So I am using this Zoran, which is also the crimper, and because it's very, very small at the end, that is what I'm going to use because I don't need a whole lot of wraps. I want to minimize the wraps because the beads are the star of the show. We're going to bend that over. Now, if you find that your ball head pins or head pins are, you know, crooked, just straighten them out with your wire straightener. And I'm going to go here. Okay. Come in a little bit closer. Hold on, guys. So hopefully I can stay in frame. So we don't need a big loop either. So we'll just go right about there. Come around. Shift that around. And then bring that towards the back. Okay, and then you're just going to bring it up. And it's going to hold that right there. Use my bent nose pliers. You make sure your ball falls to the back there. It'll get there when you continue to wrap this around. Okay. Now, if you want, you can use 11O seed bead or anything in there to cover that so you won't have the bigger space, but it's just going to dangle there and not be so noticed. I'm going to come in here and snip that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and tuck that in. Okay, now you have one. Then we're going to go to our green, and I have the 20 gauge in the gold. Okay, make sure that your 20 gauge will fit through any of your beads. Okay, if it does not go through, make sure that you go down to a 22. Okay, now we're going to just do a simple loop. I'm going to make sure that my end here is flush. And I'm probably just going to cut about, you know, maybe 1.25 inches. I don't need a whole lot because it's only a simple loop. Okay, take the round nose pliers. And I'm not going to go right up here. It's going to be in between the tip and that first marking that I had made previously. Okay. So again, it's a small bead, so we don't need big loops. You're just going to bring it around. Okay. So it looks like a little P. And then you're going to come back in, and that second one here, okay, you're going to bring it and line it up right where this meets, okay? And that's where you're going to go and bring it up to make yourself a little head pin, okay? Okay, so you'll have that. All right, now we're going to bend this over. If you have a hard time bending it because it's so small, you can take the tip of one of your tools, and we're going to go in the same direction. And if they're crooked, you can certainly straighten that out by lining them up. You're going to go to your bead and then come up a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and bend that over so that you have that. Then we're going to go ahead and cut this to about 1/4 inch. We don't need a big old loop, so take your round nose pliers. Then we're just going to bring it around. And I like to finish it off sometimes with using this tip, because the nose of the round nose pliers sometimes gets in the way. I'm just bringing it in. Now this one's going to be a little bit smaller. So I hope I don't have to do this one over again. Okay. And then you can always adjust this one here. Because we're working with such tiny pieces, sometimes you have to wiggle and do all kinds of stuff here too. Make sure. Okay. So now this one's a little bit smaller on the top, so I am going to make sure that my next one is the same way, as you can see. And then I just want to make sure I straighten everything out. All right, so now we're going to take our triangle bead and essentially the same thing. Make sure that your wire is flush at the end, and you'll only need about 1.5 inches. Okay. Go ahead and make your loop. Come in, line it up with that, and bring it up. Okay. Now we're going to put on so that you have that. Same thing. Just again, just be a little gentle because you know that they are, you know, they're glass. And then again, you're going to go down, come up a little to make your bend. If I can see. I'm going to go ahead and snip that off. Okay, and then you can go ahead and straighten everything out. As you can see, it's crooked. And then just straighten everything out. And just make sure they're nice and even. And don't worry if they're open at this point, because when you go to open it up to connect it to the next one, you just, you know, bring it back in nice and smooth. Okay, so now we're going to take and start bringing them together. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one. I'm going to put the smaller one on the bottom, and the reason for that is because this wire is much thinner, so we won't have an issue with it hanging in there, whereas the thicker one, it might get caught up on it, so we don't want that to happen. So we'll go ahead and put the bigger loop with the other loop of the red one, and we'll go ahead and close that. And then we're going to go ahead and open this end. And insert that one. I can't see. And go ahead and close it. See, so now it dangles, it doesn't get caught up on it. And now all we have to do is open up our ear wire. See which side opens. It looks like this one. Now, this is the front. So we want to make sure that if you have any earrings that you're making, that part of that earring needs to have a front view. This one doesn't, so it doesn't matter which way you put it on. But if you do, be aware of that. Okay, and there's one ready to go. So I will finish the other one off of camera. Okay. Now we're good. We're going to get to this one here. So these are more beads than I need, but so I'm going to take out my two teardrop, and they are bracelets, so they do come across. They're not perfectly straight, but I think that it'll look fine, because the other ones that I did the same thing, they were a little crooked, but they're just too pretty. Sorry, I'm just wiping off my fingerprints. And then just take two. These are check 4mm round glass pearls, and I just absolutely love the satin look to this. And you'll see that probably in some of my other projects on my other YouTube channel, which is Pretty Cute Designs. That's the other YouTube that I go under. So I bought a bunch of these. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see, even the hole is gorgeous. These are check beads, and they are not this chintzy, paint job on here. It literally goes down through the hole. And just looks so pretty. All right, so you'll need your 20 gauge gold. You'll need your two head pins. And again, I'll show you one, and then I'll just do the other one off of camera. So this particular, I guess, technique, I don't know. I don't believe I've ever seen it from anybody, but I just figured this would look so cute to make it look like there's a little button on the end here. So you just stick your bead in, your head pin in. Okay, and make sure when you pull it over, okay, that you're going to do it nice and even. Okay, and just a gentle pull. So as you can see, let me come back out. Okay. And just gently pull it forward like this, okay? So you're going to go over it like that. Okay. And you can make any adjustments after. I'm going to take the tiny part here. I'm going to go right up the center, line it up with the center of the bead. Okay. And then I'm going to bend it up 90 degrees. Okay. Now if you find that it's still off a little, just kind of bring it forward. Okay. And then now you're going to act like this is coming out of the top of your bead, and put it right into that little corner that you just created. Okay, and now you're just going to bend it over. Take your round nose pliers and make a tiny loop. You don't need a big one. And now you're just going to do a wrap loop just like you would any other time. Okay. Bring that around. Gently bring that up. Okay. Now you're going to hold on to that. And then you're going to wrap it around about 3 times, or right down to that, where that bend is, okay? Just trying to focus on everything else. So it's going to be about 3 times, okay? Now I'm going to come in and snip that off. And if you see any little pokies, go ahead and, if I can see, I'm not even on it. Okay. And just bring it in a little. Okay. And then you just take a look at it from this point of view. Make sure it's nice and straight and it lines up with the ball. If you feel that it's off center, just make your adjustments. So you want to make sure that this is straight up. Okay. Just double check that. So that lines up nice. Okay, and then you're just going to take your 20 gauge, straighten it out with your wire before you actually snip it off the spool, okay? I usually like to hold on to it like this with my finger. And I want to make sure that that end is nice and flush. And it's a small bead, so you don't need more than, you know, 1 1/4 inches. Okay. Take your round nose pliers and just do your simple loops. And 22 gauge might be a little not too good with just a simple loop. So if you are using a 22 gauge, then you might want to do a wrapped loop. Okay, straighten everything out, and that's gonna end up, and close that nice once we get it on. Okay, same thing. Now we're gonna bend that, snip that off. Maybe a little too much, but we'll see. Yeah, let me cut a little more off. See how that does now. Yep, that's a little better. Okay, so now we have, and then just go ahead and align your, make sure everything's lined up nice. And I almost dropped it and lost it in the carpet. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead. Now I know it's open a little, but that's okay. We're going to go and open that. You can actually, when you open it, you can pull it towards that left and then up and then Now at this point, it doesn't matter which side you put that on. It's once you put it on the ear wire, okay? And now when you close it, now you can bring it right to that. Okay, so now it's not open. And then we're going to add the ear wire here. All right. Now, as you can see, when you open up your ear wire, they're not always where you can open on the same side. It's not always the same with all ear wires that are made. So because that's your front, you need this ball area to face front. So now you're going to have to hold up your earring. Okay. And see that that is the front. So that means you are going to make sure that this goes so that the ball is in the front. And then just double check. And then go ahead and close up your ear wire. And there you have it. A beautiful, just love these colors together. And you know, my camera is picking up on the true colors. This is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do the other one off camera, and we'll do the ice one, and then we'll be done. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me get this organized and do this one off camera, and I'll be back. All right, this is our last one, and it's simple, so I don't think I really need to explain too much. So if you just watch, if you want to ask any questions, I can try to answer them when I go to read the comment section, and you know, let me know. Like I said in the beginning, there is something that I'm working on, you know, something I think is going to be really cool, and I don't want to reveal it just yet, but I will at some point, and hopefully very soon. I just have to get a few ducks in a row, and I guess we'll go ahead, and at that point when I do, I'll throw out some feelers. I'll maybe throw out some, you know, a little bit of information so that I can get some feedback and all that good stuff. Okay. And, you know, like I said, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the comment section now, and we'll go ahead and I'll try to answer them either by responding to the comment or maybe in my next video. It depends on, I suppose, what that comment or question is. And I don't know, I have to say that coming here onto Wendy's channel has been such an amazing journey for me, and I can tell that the other girls too are kind of feeling the same thing, and that we've been able to expand our creativity. We've been able to have a renewed love. Sometimes, you know, like I said, we have our dry spells, or an occasion where, at least for me, and I don't want to speak for the other girls, where I just kind of want to give up, and I'm like, you know, it's like I just feel like I wasn't getting anywhere. And so I was like, but this is that it renewed my spirit in loving the creativity and the fun that I have with working with beads or leather or anything to make, you know, some really neat things for accessories to our wardrobe. And yeah, so I don't know, do any of you feel like you have, you know, a dry spell, or, you know, and how long do they last? You know, we can, if you have any suggestions for any of the other viewers that might be going through that, you know, to help them out. You know, that would be great to get some other points of view. So certainly, you know, and if anybody is having any of that issue right now, leave it in the comment section. Maybe one of the other viewers will respond for you and give you some suggestions. So, you know, you're not alone. We are not alone in anything that we do in our life, in our journey, provided that it is in sincerity and truth and righteousness and truth. You know, God will be there to reward us for those things if they are sincere and true from the heart in its goodness, you know. And I don't know, I've been so joyful and consistently joyful in the last, oh gosh, 2 months solidly. And that is only by the power of God. And I just wish that people could get inside my heart and my head to understand exactly what it is that I see and hear and feel. But I do know that it's God and his reward towards me for, you know, always staying in his word. I just, and like I said before, this is not about the religion in the way in which you understand it, the way the world has put it to you. It is not that at all. And this is something so magnificent and so pure in spirit that it does surpass all understanding. And yeah, but what God gives you, it is something truly just to celebrate. You want to, you know, do the jumping and doing the happy dance, and that happens with me quite often now, and I just love it. And it's been that way probably since even 2017 and on, and yet it's only grown more and more. So I tell you, it's just there, it really sometimes is hard to put it into words, and it's so beyond glorious. So as you can see, I'm adding it like that, and then putting that beautiful, it's like an opalesque. It's just so pretty, that milky look. I love that. There's something elegant about that, you know. I don't think I need that. Oops. That one almost went flying across the room. But I got stuck and came back. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get out of the screen here for a hot second. Okay, now I can go in there. Sometimes it twists, it kind of wiggles around and I can't get a grasp on it. Okay, so there's that. And like I said, you didn't need any jump rings. So we're going to open up one end. You know, I want to make sure that they are facing the same way, even though in this one you really don't need it. But I think I have it face the same way in the other one, so might as well. Even Steven, right? Put that on. And these colors are so pretty. You know, especially when you're thinking of, you know, the Winter Wonderland. You know, my sister has a Winter Wonderland little miniature village stuff that she's going to be setting up, and I think she's going to do that either right before or right after Thanksgiving. But yeah, it's going to be something pretty, very pretty, because it's going to have all these kinds of colors, you know. I just love that. Look at that sparkle. Okay, so now that we have all those done, and let me show you them, because I did the other ones off camera. Let's move that out of the way. Oops, sorry, I hit the... So that's See, I got them on my little stands here. But yeah, so we have, there's our first one. Our second set. Isn't that pretty? And then our Winter Wonderland. And look at the sparkle. Oh my goodness. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come and say goodbye to you, and I'll put on a set, and I'm not sure which ones yet, but let me figure it out, and I'll be right back to say goodbye, okay? Okay, here they are. These are the ones I chose because they are different in the way the technique is normally on a bracelet, and I just, of course, love the colors. So I figured these would be the ones. I hope you guys can see that. And they look like little buttons. I think they're so cute. So yeah, and those are just as pretty. They go nice with the black. Of course, everything goes with black. That's why I like to wear it. So in case I'm like, you know, making a necklace that I can show you, you know, I try to wear one of my pretty, you know, well, this one's got the buttons and stuff in the front. So sometimes I like to wear, you know, different black shirts. So in case I need to show you a necklace or earrings or something. So yeah, and let's see what these ones are like. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, and you can see them against the black here. And all the other ones, oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm like a little kid in a candy store. So yeah. You have to see these in person. Oh my. They're really stunning. So, of course, anything that we make and we show you on video does not do the justice. Even though they're gorgeous in the videos, they just don't do the justice that it does in reality, because you have the natural light that, you know, reflects off of all of, you know, all the goodness of, you know, your creation there. So, yeah, so everybody, I think that's that. And I hope that you have a beautiful Thanksgiving, and I don't know. Well, hopefully there'll be another one of my videos out for you before Thanksgiving. I can't imagine that it wouldn't, because I'm going to try to get one done tomorrow to be uploaded in a few days. Okay, so everyone, God bless, and we will see you again on another video, and love you all. So have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.